Bonjour les amis, bonjour, hello my friends. Bienvenue dans ce coloriage en direct. Welcome on this live coloring. Today we are going to continue the background of the Lady Kitty page. Aujourd'hui, on va continuer le fond de la page Lady Kitty. On travaille dans Mes mondes rêvés de Johanna Basford. We are working in Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford. Hello everybody, hello.
Hello my friend.
Antoine says hello to you too. Antoine vous dit bonjour. Bonjour Jamie. Alors, on va continuer le fond aujourd'hui. Comme vous vous rappelez, la semaine dernière, nous avions fait le fond dans ces couleurs-là. Sur du papier, c'est parfois difficile de faire un fond assez homogène. Et donc, je vais vous montrer aujourd'hui comment faciliter les fonds sur des plus grandes surfaces comme ici. So, on paper, it's sometimes difficult to make an even background with pencils. So, today, I'm going to show you how to make it easier using soft pastels. So, I'm going to use here the Munguio Soft Pastels. Aujourd'hui, je vais utiliser les Soft Pastels Munguio. Je vais prendre deux verres qui sont dans des teintes assez naturelles ici. I'm going to take two natural greens, this one and this one. If you have the Faber-Castell set, you can take the May Green. Si vous avez le set Faber-Castell, vous pouvez prendre le May Green. Alors, je vais aussi ajouter un petit pissenlit sur ma page. I'm also, here is Plume. I'm also going to add a little dandelion here on the page and I'm going to begin with that. Je vais commencer par ajouter un petit pissenlit. Évidemment, vous n'êtes pas obligé de l'ajouter si ça vous intéresse pas de l'ajouter. Mais c'est pour vous montrer comment on peut agrémenter très facilement un fond de coloriage sans se prendre la tête en ajoutant quelque chose de tout simple sur le fond. So, of course, it's not mandatory to add the dandelion on the page, but I think it will add something here which will make a balance on the page. So, I'm going to zoom a little bit. 1 minute. Merci mon cœur. Thank you Antoine. Antoine, help me with the zoom. Non, il faut en ajouter une, mon cœur, ça ne va pas comme ça. Remets la petite, s'il te plaît. Oui, ça va pas comme ça. Sorry. Settings of zoom. Here we are. Et voilà. This is better. So to make the dandelion, I'm going to use a ruler like this, you see, a ruler with circles inside. Pour faire les pissenlits, je vais utiliser une règle avec des ronds. Et j'en profite pour dire bonjour à tous ceux qui sont là. I say hello to everybody is here. Bonjour ma chère Rachna. Salut Emily. Hello my dear Gail. How are you today? Et voilà Sabine qui est là. Coucou Sabine, ça me fait plaisir que tu passes ici. Yes, here is Plume. She work on her page. Hello Tina. Hello Nanette. Hello Chicago. So, to make the dandelion, I'm just going to take a graphite pencil, you see, and I make a first circle. I'm going to use the size 26. I'll make it here, like this. Don't press your pencil, n'appuyez pas trop votre crayon, and just add a tiny lines, you see here, where you have the lines on the ruler. So, you'll be able to know where it is the center of your daffodil, like this. This will allow you to add another circle in the middle. And for the second circle, I'm going to take the size number 7. Et pour le deuxième rond, je vais prendre la taille numéro 7. And you see, with the line here, I'm able to make it in the center. Like this, easy peasy. We just add the stem. Like this. Here is Bev. Good morning, Bev. I'm always happy to see you. Viens ma Penny. Penny. Penny asked to come. my desk has become a highway, you know, a highway for the cats. So I hesitate to add a second daffodil, a little one. Yes, it's not really difficult, you know. C'est vraiment pas difficile d'en ajouter un deuxième. On va en ajouter un deuxième qui n'a plus de semences. We are going to add a second one without seeds on it. Like this, you make the stem. And you make some kind of leaves. It's not really leaves, you know, but I don't know how we call this, even in French. Like this. It's a little bit too big. So like this it's better. First we are going to add some color on the dandelions before making the background. So of course we don't need the lines anymore. So we erase them. I use the Derwent electric eraser. And I'm going to erase a little bit the circle around. I'm always using a makeup brush to remove the eraser crumbs so I don't damage the page with my hand. So I'm going to begin with the espresso. I'm using the Prismacolor espresso. You can use any dark brown that you have. Voilà, je commence avec un espresso. Vous pouvez utiliser n'importe quel brun foncé que vous avez. And I'm making the circle here. You see, not the whole circle. I'm making like a crescent. Je fais un cercle ici. Vous voyez pas tout le cercle? Je fais comme un petit croissant. Here I make one side of the stem. And here too. I'm going to sharpen my pencil. Sorry. Here is my dear friend Suzanne. How are you today, Suzanne? I do the same here. I make the circle and I make kind of a gradient inside, you see, without pressing the pencil. I'm going to zoom a little more. Je vais essayer de zoomer un petit peu plus. Antoine, j'ai besoin... Ah, je sais pas venir, ok. Like this. Ben, en fait, il faut quand même rezoomer parce que ça, c'est trop haut. Je vois pas l'écran. 1 minute. Like this. This is better. Merci beaucoup, mon cœur. Non, c'est bien. C'est très bien comme ça. So I take a white sheet of paper to protect the page, and so I put my hand on the sheet of paper. And I make some, you know, I won't make the whole circle, so I leave a small part without seeds. Do we call that seeds in English? The white things that you have on dandelions. And I'll just make with espresso some loose lines here from the middle, like this. Voilà, je vais laisser un petit quartier sans semences et je fais, vous voyez, des petites lignes qui vont du centre vers l'extérieur. Yes, we say seeds. Thank you, Jamie. There are lots of dandelions in Johanna's books, so that's why I wanted to show you how to color it, because it's so easy. Now it's marine green. You take a dark green if you don't have Prismacolor, and you make some other lines. And we color a part of the stem. Like this, I'm coloring a part of this kind of small leaves, but not the whole thing. because we need a little bit of blending. And now we can take the pale sage. You know, the one which is almost retired amongst my colored pencils. Gail says, I love watching you color, but watching you draw may be even better. This is fascinating. Well, thank you, Gail. I hesitated a lot about this dandelion because I wasn't sure that you wanted to watch me draw something. I know that everybody wants me to color the cat, but that won't be for this week. I'll try to prepare it for next week. We are almost going to erase all that lines with Posca, so don't worry if your lines aren't straight. It's just to give a guide. And here I blend the button of the dandelion. I always want to say daffodil, and I know that daffodil is not that plant. Daffodils are yellow, I know it, but each time I want to say dandelion, my mouth says daffodils. I don't know why. Suzanne says, I never knew you could buy pale sage from IKEA. You make me laugh so much, Suzanne. This is my tip to make the life of Prismacolor longer. It's to glue them on an IKEA pencil. So I can use them until the very end. And then, when we are at the very end, I showed it last week, but I can show it to you, Suzanne, today. They go in the jar of retired pencils. This is the jar of retired pencils. This is the paradise for pencils. They don't go to the bin. They go there together. And they can chat together about all the wonderful pages they have done. This is espresso. I just increase a little bit the contrast. I take back the marine green to make the stem here, and then the pale sage, which has almost finished his career. Voilà, on a fait vraiment le principal au niveau des premières couches de ce petit pissenlit. J'ajoute un petit peu de brun ici. Je veux quand même que ça ressorte un peu. I add a little bit of brown here. I want it to be well seen. But we have almost finished what we need for this dandelion. And then now we are going to continue a little bit the background. Et maintenant, on va continuer un tout petit peu le fond. Voilà, je dézoome. I dézoome a little bit. Val, tu dis que je suis une poétesse, et pourquoi donc? So now I take the Munguio. You see there are two greens here which are quite desaturated and which quite looks like the greens I've put here. So I'm going to use them so it will be easier to make the background than with pencil. So one tip to make a background, a smooth background, is to use a first layer of soft pastels. Donc une façon assez facile de faire un fond plutôt homogène, c'est d'utiliser une première couche de pastel tendre. So you can rub the cotton bud on the soft pastel. Don't do that above the page, otherwise you'll have crumbs of pastels on the page. So do that above the box or above a draft sheet. And you see, you take the pastel on your cotton bud and just you apply it on the sheet. So it will be much more easy for you to blend your pencil above the soft pastels because the soft pastels will already have filled the grain of the paper. So I take a sheet to protect my cat. Je prends une petite feuille pour protéger ma petite chatte, my lady kitty. Suzanne asks if Penny is in. I don't think so. I think she's outside. But she will certainly come when she will hear my voice through the window. Ah, c'est pour le paradis des crayons, Val, que tu dis que je suis une poétesse. So soft pastels are really easy to erase, but try not to put too much on the cat because we don't want a green hint on the cat. So try not to add some on the cat. So you see it's very easy. For the tiny areas I use a cotton bud, and for the bigger areas I use a cotton pad. Gail says, I've heard of coloring with a Q-tip. Is this a Q-tip? But have never seen it done. Very cool. Do you call this a Q-tip? Don't know that word. I prefer doing like this because with a cutter and making crumbs on the page, you always have crumbs going in the binding, and I don't like it. I don't like to have pastel crumbs everywhere. So here you can go above the dandelion. Okay, it's a brand name. Perfect. Thank you, Jimmy. It's like in France, in Belgium, we say a bic. For this kind of stuff, we say a bic, because bic is the brand. It's written here. Will these chalks work with pan pastels? I think so, Gail, but I've never tried myself. Et voici Evelyne qui est là. Coucou Evelyne, tu me rejoins aussi pour Lady Kitty. C'est super. Beth asks, will you put fixative on paper so it doesn't smear while coloring other stuff? No, I will put fixative at the end of the coloring. But of course, once I've used soft pastels, I'll always apply a page here when I close my book. But it's not a problem. So for bigger areas, you can take a cotton pad instead of a cotton bud. It goes faster. So I take the lighter one for this part, and it's exactly the same principle. You rub the cotton pad on the soft pastel and you apply it on the paper. And you see, with soft pastels, we have very quickly a whole background. So here, I don't want to fill the whole page. I just want to make it green around the cat. Et vous voyez, avec les pastels tendres, c'est vraiment facile. On a très très vite un fond homogène et uni. Emily says, the word of the day, Q-tip. Yes. Each day I learn a new word. Today is Q-tip. So I'm just going to increase the dark part. Je vais juste assombrir encore un petit peu ici, près du chat. And then you can color with pencils above the soft pastels. I'll show you. So when you color with pencils above the soft pastels, it fixes a little bit the soft pastels. That's very useful. So I need a tissue to clean my hand. 1 minute. Oh, mais tu es là, ma petite Penny. Tu es là. Yes, indeed. Actually, Penny is here, Suzanne. She's sleeping in her little box. The shoe box that I put on the table so she don't come all the time on my sheet of paper. So now I take a green. I could continue with the marine green, but I think the marine green is a little bit too desaturated. So I want to take the Prussian green just to try. But if you want to continue with the marine green, it's really not a problem. Ici, je vais prendre le vert de Prusse. J'avais commencé mon fond avec le marine green, le vert océan, mais je trouve qu'il est un petit peu trop désaturé. Je le trouve un peu trop fade. En fait, un peu trop naturel. Et notre chat n'est pas si naturel que ça. Et donc, c'est pour ça que je pars au vert de Prusse. And you see, we can color above the soft pastels exactly the same as we do above the sheet of paper. Penny's shoebox, yes. Beth says that she used Q-tip, but with pastel pencils also to blend. Yes. Yes, that's something we can do. Elaine asked the brand of the soft pastel. You know, usually I use the Faber-Castell ones, but today I wanted to try my new one, which are the Munguio pastels. It's the normal box. It's cheaper than the Faber-Castells. Val dit, je colorie le poisson métallique, mais je t'écoute en même temps et apprends tes astuces. Et poisson et chat vont bien ensemble. C'est le poisson, le requin, Val, que tu colories. Tu le colories par toi-même ou tu suis un tuto? Parce que je le colorie aussi, ce requin, justement. Mais moi, je suis un tuto de Carole Pafiadash. Val is coloring the shark. I think it's the shark she's coloring. I'm coloring that shark too. You know, I've begun 5 WIPs in this book. I'm absolutely... I can't stop to begin new pages. It's not my fault. It's because of Johanna. J'ai commencé 5 pages dans ce livre. En fait, je ne peux pas m'empêcher de commencer des nouvelles pages dans ce livre. Et c'est pas de ma faute. C'est la faute de Johanna. Natasha asked, what type or brand of fixative do you all use? So I don't know the other, so you can all answer to Natasha. But for me, I take the cheaper of the shop because we don't expose our colorings to the daylight. This is pale sage, you know, my IKEA pale sage. So I would advise not to use hairspray because I've heard some problems after some time. They can give a yellow color to your page. So this would be a shame. You work so hard to have beautiful page. Don't waste it by using a cheap hairspray. Just buy a cheap fixative. I use a fixative for chalk, pastel, and charcoal. Just the cheaper I find in the art supply shop. So I blend the color with the pale sage, and you see I can mix it with the green that I've applied around with soft pastels. So you can use soft pastels to make a general background and use pencils to make precise shadows. Ça me fait plaisir aussi de te voir, Evelyne. Pas de tutoriel. Ah, tu travailles selon ton inspiration, Val. Eh bien, c'est très bien. C'est très bien. Ça me fait toujours plaisir quand vous me rejoignez pour colorier près de moi, même si vous coloriez une autre page. I'm always so happy when you color at the same time as I do during my live coloring, even if you color another page. The main thing is to be together and to share our tips and tricks. Voilà, je fonce bien le long du chat parce que mon chat va être clair. Et donc, pour qu'on le voit bien, il faut que le fond soit foncé. So I darken the background around the cat because the cat will be light, will have a light color. I think. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think it will be a cat in a light color. So to have a nice effect of the white fur, I need to have a dark background. So that's why I darken the background around the edge of the cat. And I can even add a little bit of espresso. Je peux même ajouter un petit peu d'espresso. It will make the cat pop out of the page. This a little bit more blending with the Prussian green, we have quicker a smooth effect because we have applied soft pastels under. On a plus facilement un effet uniforme justement parce qu'on a mis le pastel tendre en dessous. Here I go with my Prussian green above the marine green I applied last week, so I will have a nice gradient between the two colors. C'est vrai que tout fait envie, Val. Et Bev te dit que le requin est super et qu'elle espère que tu vas poster ta page terminée sur le groupe. I translated your sentence to Val, Bev. Elaine asked, may I know why you don't use color pencil directly but use pastel as a base? It's to go quicker, Elaine. If you use only pencil on large surface like here, it's difficult to have a smooth effect. It needs lots of layers of pencil and being very careful. And it's quite a difficult thing to do. And it takes a long time. So the soft pastels, they fill the grain of the paper. So it's much easier to have a smooth effect on the background. Actually, if you compare this background to this one, you can see the difference. And I worked a long time on that one. That's why I decided to change the technique. Because I thought it wasn't smooth enough, according to me. So I'm going to darken around the dandelion again because the dandelion will be white, so we need a contrast so we can see it better. Just adding some soft pastels, you see. Make it a little bit darker. And you know, to finish your background, here I don't want to make the whole page, so I need a gradient. I can take this color, which is a kind of cream or ivory. It's not completely white, it's a little bit yellow. And I can just add that shadow, that hint, sorry, around the green, so it makes a gradient to the white. So we don't see exactly where the background ends. Val says, I love your peaceful voice. Peaceful and smiling voice. Val dit, j'aime ta voix apaisante et souriante. Merci beaucoup, Val. C'est parce que je suis heureuse d'être avec vous. Thank you so much, Val. I'm smiling because I'm happy to be with you. Now I do the same, I just darken here around the cat. Hélène say, understand, what's a smart trick? Merci beaucoup. You're very welcome, Elaine. Bev say, thank you, I am lucky to see the translation bar so I could see what the French means. You will learn French every Saturday with me, my dear friends. Do you have a translation bar here on the live coloring, Bev? At the same time as I'm speaking. That would be great. Val, tu essayes de faire un fond. Si tu veux faire un fond marin, il y en a plusieurs sur ma chaîne, des fonds marins. Tu tapes Barbara Color fond marin et tu as plusieurs exemples. Bien sûr, il y a plein d'autres options avec ce requin. Yes, sometimes, Jamie, some options are available only on the computer. But I never heard about that option. You have the translation. In the same time as I'm speaking, Bev, is it true? That's incredible. Bev a trouvé un bouton de traduction et si je comprends bien, sur Facebook, elle a la traduction simultanée. Ça me paraît quand même vraiment fou. Je fonce un peu le tour du pissenlit pour qu'il apparaisse plus blanc. I darken a little bit around the dandelion so it will appear lighter and whiter. With Prussian green with a very, very light pressure. Like this, and then I'll try the sap green light. Don't know if it will work. Well, it's not really the color that I'm looking for, so I will take the pale sage to blend. To blend this green on the background. For the moment, you almost don't see my dandelion, it's normal. We will apply Posca and everything will change. Au moment où vous voyez pratiquement pas mon pissenlit, c'est normal. On voit les bords. Mais quand j'aurai mis le Posca, ça va être super joli. Ça va tout changer, vous allez voir. France dit, c'est le bouquet de fleurs que je donnais étant petite à ma mère. Un bouquet de pissenlit, c'est vrai, Florence. Ça, c'est cool. C'est chouette que ça te rappelle ce souvenir. Moi, je plonge dans les souvenirs d'enfance avec ce livre. I'm diving into childhood memories with this book. On the farm with the owl, I'm making a Fisher-Price farm. Johanna gave me the idea. During the day she presented the book, she made a flip through of the book. For the first time, she said, "Is the owl huge or is the house tiny?" So it gave me the idea to make a tiny toy house. And it reminded me the Fisher-Price farm that I had when I was a kid. So this book is wonderful to dive into happy memories. A little more of green, of Prussian green along the cat. Here is my dear Haliani. How are you, Haliani? And I can even add a little bit of espresso here along the fur. Je peux même mettre un petit peu d'espresso ici, le long de la fourrure. Catherine says, I love my forks. I use them all the time. Takes a little practice to get good at it. Soft pastels are really easy to use. As you say, a little bit of practice. Still needing a little bit of espresso here. Like this. That sounds perfect to me. It's time to use the white Posca. I use the white Posca and I like the size 1M. J'utilise le Posca blanc et en fait la taille que je préfère c'est la taille 1M. I check on a page that it's okay, there is not too much paint and the tip is clean. Je vérifie sur une petite feuille blanche que c'est bon, qu'il n'y a pas trop de peinture et que la peinture est propre, que la pointe est propre. And you see, I make small little lines all around to draw the shape of the dandelion. As round as possible. Like this. And then just don't do lines from the center to the outside because it won't be natural. Inside the dandelion we have thousands of little stems, so just make the little stems, you see, you make the same like a circular shape and don't make them all parallel, and you add some at other places. And you make all the tiny stems with your white Posca. Beth says background is beautiful and important also. Yes, I think that the colorings are enhanced by the backgrounds. So I really like to add backgrounds to my coloring pages. Tina asks, what is Posca? Something like a gel pen. It's not really like a gel pen. It's a pen with acrylic paint inside. And we have lots of colors. Posca is the brand, you see here. It is the brand. I'm just going to zoom so you see better the dandelion that I'm making. So don't fill the whole space, of course, because if you fill the whole space, it will be completely white and it won't look natural. Remplissez pas tout l'espace, évidemment, hein. Sinon ça n'aura pas l'air naturel. Laissez des petites traces de ce qu'il y avait en dessous. Jamie says, oh, there is the 3 dots on the video. You can tap it and give the option to auto-translate comments. Oh, the comments are translated. I understand better. It's not what I'm saying. That would be very strange. And you can make some on the center, but not too much. Vous pouvez en faire un petit peu sur le centre, mais pas trop. You see, like this. It already looks like a real dandelion, and we are still going to add some details. So the edges are whiter, so I add more white on the edge. Les bords sont un peu plus blancs, donc j'ajoute du blanc sur les bords. And when I do that, I can correct the shape if my shape is not completely circular. And there are some places where the seeds are more dense, so dense is not the word, are more next to each other. So I can make some spots with more white dots. Like this. We're going to let it dry before working again with some pencils. And now I'm using the Ivory Posca. It's another shade of Posca. Just to make here some dots on this one. If you don't have Ivory Posca, just use a white. It will be perfect too. Dense is the right word. Oh, perfect. Hello, Carol. Carol says, love the way you are combining the pastels with pencils for the background. I never thought of doing this. It's a tip I found to make the background smoother. So here I take the gray-green light just to try to make the transition better here between my pencil and my soft pastel background, and it's perfect. It's the right color to make the transition. Gray-green light is like a white, but with a little bit of gray inside. So it won't desaturate your gray too much, as would the white do. So that's why I love Prismacolor so much, because you can blend the colors with a lighter color which is not completely white, and it doesn't desaturate your color. Voyez, j'utilise ici le Grey Green Light qui est un vert gris très très pâle, presque blanc. If I apply it here on the sheet of paper, you almost don't see it, but it has a hint of green inside, and so you can blend the green, the light green, with this without desaturating the paper, without desaturating the color, sorry. So if you use the white on the green will desaturate a lot the color, and that's what I love so much with Prismacolor, is that you have pale shades on the Prismacolor pencil, which allows you to make that kind of blending without desaturating the color. Here is the eggshell. I'm not sure it's necessary. No, it's not really necessary. You can apply a little bit if you want, but it's not really necessary. With the light cream that we have added, I think it's enough. So we can also add some seeds of dandelion, and for this you just make like a star, you see, like this. You make 2 or 3 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the stem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the stem. Sometimes it's difficult to make thin lines with Posca, and you have to practice on a draft sheet, and so you'll be able to do it. It's easier to do it with the Posca which is already a little bit used. A new one. With a new one it will be more difficult. And here we can even add a one which is still holding on the stem, like this. That's quite funny. Wendy asked the brand of the pastel. I use the Munguio soft pastels. Carol says, good tips, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. And Radiani says, beautiful. Thank you, Radiani. So now I'm just going to take back my espresso. Here. Is it, Will? Yes. And I'm just adding, without pressing the pencil, I'm adding some lines inside the dandelion at some places, not complete lines. And then you can take your white, just clean the tip on a sheet of paper and sharpen it. And you just blend the lines of espresso, and it will make the Posca less white at some places. So it will give depth to your seeds, and then we are going to add new ones above, and so we'll have like 2 decks, two decks of seeds. I don't know how to explain it, but it will add depth. Voyez, donc ici avec le blanc, je viens blender mes traits d'espresso, ce qui fait que ça va les faire paraître un peu plus lointains, mais mes petits traits de Posca. Et ensuite, je vais encore ajouter un petit peu de Posca par-dessus. Et c'est comme ça fera 2 étages. 2 petites semences. Et donc ça va donner un effet 3D. And this will give a 3D effect. So you see, to make a dandelion, we just need a little bit of time, 3 pencils and a Posca pen. Like this. So now I would like to use a fine liner, which is a dark brown one. It's the Staedtler 3 Plus fine liner, and it's the number 77. Just to increase the contrast, I'm going to draw with the fine liners the patterns here and the shadow here. And I'm going to add a few dots on the stem to make it look more realistic. And I do the same on the other one. Like this, and as I've applied pencils under the fine liner, I'm able to blend it. So here I use Prussian green to blend it, not too much because otherwise it will disappear. We don't want it to disappear. We just want the fine liner to be blended a little bit. Like this, and here we can take the espresso because it's the color that we've used here, and make some dots here. It will bring 3D effect. And then here we can just underline the seeds with a little bit of espresso, so we can see them better. You see, just in the corners, you add a little dot of espresso. Like this. And you can use a dark green fine liner. This one is the number 55 to make the little triangle here. Up a little line under each one. And with the brown, I can make some dots here inside. Not too much, just don't make too much, but some dots here and there, like this. I'll just go above with a little bit of espresso so they are not too obvious. Just a little bit of blending. And if it's too dark, I just take a little bit of white above and I blend them with a little bit of white. Javiani says a 3D dandelion. Oh, I'm glad you like it, my dear. And here we are. We have an easy dandelion in our background. I don't know what time is it. You see, we have almost done the background. I'm going to show you how I color the mushrooms here. And maybe we are continuing a little bit the background today. So for the mushrooms, I'll show you the color combo. Pour les champignons, voici le combo de couleurs. I use Prismacolor, Spanish Orange, Goldenrod, Sienna Brown, Espresso, Deco Yellow, and Cream. So if you don't have Prismacolor, don't worry. You take a dark brown, a light brown, Goldenrod is a browny orange and an orange. And then you take a very pale yellow and a cream. So I'm going to begin with the middle color, which is the Spanish orange, and you'll see it will be quite quick. I just don't care about the dots for the moment. And I go up with the lighter color, so I use first the Deco Yellow. I'm always checking that my tip is clean. Donc je mets l'orange au milieu. Ensuite, je monte avec les couleurs claires, donc je viens blender cet orange avec un petit peu de Deco Yellow après avoir vérifié que ma mine était propre. Et je fais la même chose avec le crème. And I do the same with the cream. I go here above, like this. And then I take the Goldenrod, which is a brownie orange. And I go down, like this. I can go a little bit above the Spanish orange. Ensuite, je prends le Goldenrod et je descends. Je peux passer un petit peu au-dessus du Spanish Orange pour un beau gradient, un beau dégradé. And then I take the Sienna Brown, which is a light brown, a little reddish light brown, and I go until the bottom. You see, I leave a white edge. This, and then I can take the espresso just to increase the contrast. Yes, Crystal, I have a YouTube channel. Thank you, Mel, to give the link. There is a short link. If you want to share the link, there is a short link which is youtube.com/Barbara Color in one word. I decide that the light comes from the right because the cat is facing the white of the page. So I always decide that the light comes from where the characters on the page are looking for, are looking to. Donc je décide que la lumière vient de la droite. Et c'est pour ça que je laisse un bord clair sur la droite du champignon. Et pourquoi je décide que la lumière vient de la droite? This is Sienna Brown. Ici, c'est terre de sienne. Je vais blender mon brun. I'm just blending my brown. I said that in French. Donc, je décide que la lumière vient de la droite parce que le chat regarde vers la droite. Bon, évidemment, ici, il regarde vers nous, mais s'il regardait devant lui, il regarderait vers la droite. Et donc, je fais toujours en sorte que les personnages qui sont dessinés dans les livres de coloriage fassent face à la lumière. Now, I take the goldenrod to blend the brown. And I blend the brown up, so it means that I take the brown and I go up. So I will bring some dark pigments on the point of my pencil, and that will make the colors mix, a mix of colors. And that's what we call blending. Blending is mixing our colors without seeing where we stop one and where we begin the other. Gail says, I highly recommend Barbara's YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Gail. That's so kind of you. So on my YouTube channel, I make videos in French and in English. This is Spanish orange, to warm a little bit the color. The tutorials are always in 2 languages. Sometimes I make some other videos, like tags or reviews, only in French. But even if I make them only in French, I'm always writing English subtitles. So maybe there are mistakes, of course, because I'm not English speaker and I'm not a translator, but I do my best and I think it's enough so you can understand. Take back the espresso to increase the shadows. Je reprends mon espresso pour bien augmenter les ombres. J'adore colorier les champignons. D'ailleurs, il y a la double page des champignons dans ce livre. Elle me fait vraiment de l'œil. I love coloring mushrooms. There is a double spread here in the book with only mushrooms. Oh my god. That's a dream for me. I dream of that page. Like this. And now I take my white Posca and I fill the hole. And I leave a little bit of the black line so we can see the edge of the holes. Voilà, avec mon Posca blanc maintenant, je viens remplir les petits trous et je laisse un tout petit peu de la ligne sombre que Johanna a dessinée, comme ça on les voit bien. Like this. And I can add some brown dots if I want on the light parts to make it look more natural. And then I make just a little dot with the espresso on each dot, so we have two colors, and two colors instead of one really makes the things more realistic. So here you see we are in the shadow, so the white dot shouldn't be that white. So when it will be dry, I will go above it with a little bit of brown. Vous voyez à gauche, ici on est dans l'ombre, donc le point blanc, il ne devrait pas être aussi blanc que ça. Donc c'est pour ça que je vais le repasser avec un petit peu de brun quand le Posca sera sec. Here we are with the mushrooms. I think we have the time to make the background for the rest of the page. So I just wanted to show you that it's really easy to erase the soft pastel. So for example here, I went with the soft pastel above the pattern. So I just take my electric eraser and it's very easy to erase. You see, up, it's done. Of course, if you use very dark color like dark blue or black, it won't be as easy to erase as the light green, of course. But here I knew it would be easy because I used the light color, so I didn't care too much about the patterns. Voilà, vous voyez, c'est super facile à effacer le pastel tendre. Bon, quand on l'utilise dans les couleurs claires, évidemment. Si vous faites un fond bleu très foncé ou noir, ce ne sera pas du tout aussi facile à effacer. Mais dans des couleurs aussi claires, ce sera très facile à effacer. Et donc, c'est pour ça que je ne me suis pas trop préoccupée, en fait, de mettre les pastels tendres sur les motifs. So, I'm just going to make the same on the other side now. Je vais simplement faire la même chose de l'autre côté. First, I begin with the Q-tip, but I take the darker green and I go in the small areas. Jamie says, your English is better than my French will ever be. Thank you, Jamie. So I recently bought pan pastels, and pan pastels are still easier than soft pastels because they are so much more pigmented, and so it's really easy to apply, but they are quite expensive, so you can use soft pastels if you want. It's easy with soft pastels. Just forgot to color the stem. J'ai juste oublié de colorier la tige, je vais la faire maintenant. Carol says bye for today. Thank you. Your coloring is beautiful. Thank you, Carol. See you next time. This is Sienna Brown. And with Sienna Brown, I just make the shadows here. Like this. And then I take the Spanish orange, which is really a beautiful orange. When I go down, I leave a white space, a white area in the middle to apply the cream. Like this. And the cream in the middle. Like this. So my stem is done. Maybe just a little bit of espresso here and here for the shadow. Like this. And then we can continue our background. Voilà, et ensuite on continue notre fond. Rien de bien compliqué, j'ajoute simplement le pastel tendre. Nothing complicated, I just add soft pastels. When I'll be finished, I'll show you my Fisher-Price farm. It's not finished yet, but I can show you the little figures. And then I take the cotton pad for the bigger areas. So easy, you see, in 5 minutes you have a background. Well, for me it lasts more than 5 minutes because I add shadows and that kind of things, but if you want an easy background, you can really have it in 5 minutes. Don't make a perfect circle around the cat, because it won't be pretty. Well, or you draw a circle, a real one, and you don't go out of the circle, but when you make a loose background like this, which doesn't take all the page, just make it a little bit random. It's better. And you add until you feel satisfied. Et vous en ajoutez jusqu'à ce que vous soyez content de l'effet. Bev says, what a lucky cat sitting in such a beautiful garden. Thank you, Bev. I think the cats are lucky in my home. Here I use my Derwent electric eraser. This eraser is really a must-have. I couldn't do without it. I check also that the tip is clean before erasing on the cat. And you see, with only one line you can erase the soft pastel like this. Now I'm just going to take the lighter green to lose the background. a little bit of lighter green, this one. Bon, je prends un tout petit peu de vert plus clair avant de faire ma transition avec l'espèce de couleur crème. First, I planned to make the background with pencils, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it in only one live coloring with you. And you see, with the soft pastels, it becomes possible. Now I take the cream, the light of cream color or ivory color for the very edges. Like this, and I'm just going to rework a little bit the background around the cat like I did on the other side. I don't add as much as color on this side because it's the side exposed to the sun. Of course I will erase the green on the leaves, but that I will do out of the live, of course. Brand of pastel is Munguio, Karen. Here is just to enhance a little bit the cat, but it's not really a shadow, so I just make very light layer with the Prussian green. And I will blend it with my IKEA pencil. Je vais blender ce Prussian green avec mon crayon IKEA, mon Pale Sage. So people often ask to me, what should I do first, the background or the pattern? And I answer, it depends. Here I need the background to know which color I will apply on the cat, because I haven't decided yet. And so I make the background first. Of course, now I've used soft pastel, I can't put my hand on the sheet without having green on my hand, so I will always use a sheet of paper to protect the page and protect my hand from soft pastels. But I do the background when it's necessary for me to choose the colors. And here I needed it to choose the colors of the cat, so I do it. If I already know exactly which colors I'm going to apply, then I do the background at the very end. Just applying another light layer of Prussian green. You want to see the box, Karen? This is the box. Munguio Soft Pastels. Ça va, ma petite Penny? Il y a Penny qui arrive. Penny is coming. Je vais planquer les pastels tendres avant qu'elle ne marche dedans. I'm going to hide the soft pastels before she walks on it. They almost fell all on the floor. Ils sont presque tous tombés par terre dans l'opération. Ça va, Penny? I'm just going to do the same here, darken this part like I did of that one, and I can do this out of screen, of course, because I showed already to you. So you darken the bottom parts, the parts between the leaves, with espresso and either Prussian green, either marine green, as you wish, and then you blend with pale sage and with the other green, sap green light. So I won't do it with you. So next week we will be able to continue the flowers here, and maybe the cat. We'll see if I've made up my mind about it. We'll see. So here we are for today, my dear friends. I hope this video was useful for you. Voilà pour aujourd'hui, les amis. J'espère que cette vidéo était utile pour vous, que ça vous a appris à utiliser des pastels tendres d'une façon à vous faciliter la vie pour vos fonds. Et je vous retrouve la semaine prochaine pour continuer cette page ensemble. Donc ce sera samedi à la même heure. So I'm continuing here to darken the bottom of the background exactly like I did here, and I'll color that leaf the same as that one, and we'll do these tiny ones together so you won't have to bother to choose your colors. I'm going to show you how I do this one, but I'm just going to darken the background here. When I'll be done, I'll post a picture so you can take that picture as a reference picture if you want. And I see you next Saturday, same time, to continue to color the patterns, and maybe we can color the cat. We'll see if I've made up my mind about the cat. Donc la semaine prochaine, peut-être qu'on coloriera le chat. Ça dépend, il faut que je fasse des essais. Il faut voir si j'ai trouvé comment le faire, si je fais d'abord le chat ou les fleurs. C'est la petite surprise de la semaine. Vous saurez ça samedi prochain si vous venez. You'll know next Saturday if you come, if we color immediately the cat or if we make first the flowers. It will be your surprise of next Saturday. And I wish you a happy Saturday, and I see you tomorrow during the live of Suzanne, of course, here on the Facebook group. Je vous dis bon samedi et je vous retrouve demain ici. Je viendrai regarder le live de Suzanne, donc je serai là demain et j'espère vous y voir aussi. So I'll be here tomorrow to watch Suzanne's live coloring, and I hope to see you there too. Have a wonderful day, my dear friends. Thank you for being so many to watch this video, and see you very soon. I forgot to show you the owl. J'ai oublié de vous montrer le hibou. I just forgot to show you the owl, the Fisher-Price owl. Right on time. So this is the shark I'm making with Carol Pafia Dash, and it's watercolor on the background. And where is the owl? The owl is here. So here we have the owl, and here you see I drew all the characters, not all, but some of the characters of the Fisher-Price farm. And I make this coloring live on my YouTube channel 3 times a week. So here, if you want to color this page with me, see you on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central European Time. Of course, I'll post the finished picture when I'll be finished. So thank you so much for coloring with me, my dear friend. I see you very soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.